So I know I'm a little late on this, but I definitely wanted to cover it before the patch came out on November 13th. So they mentioned here in this forum post, basically they're going to be doing a talisman cost adjustment and then some crafting changes with the new update. So I want to kind of share my thoughts on it. I personally think there are some decent changes here and then also some not so good changes here. Just want to share my thoughts on it and then let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. So the first thing to mention is, of course, the crafting changes. So for the transformation stones and then also the Empyrean Spirit stones, they're going to begin a crafting reduction in how much materials you need. So overall, this is a great change because it's going to be cheaper, so no one's going to really be mad about that. So for something like soul stones, it's going to be less moonstones, less sacred orbs, less Elysium orbs. So overall, just less materials in general for crafting these items, which is a great change. Now, in saying that, I have to question why they're so late with these changes. So when you look back to last month, when they had the weapon cost reductions and added an insane amount of transformation stones you needed for the weapon stages, which made it actually more expensive and not a reduction, we could have used these crafting changes during that period. Instead, they wait a whole month later when a lot of players have already quit from being pissed off with them making it so expensive to upgrade the weapons now when they were promised a cost reduction. And it could have been not as bad if they actually added these crafting changes in the September update with the weapon cost changes. It would have went together very well. You would have said, okay, well, everything needs transformation stones, but we're going to make it cheaper to craft them so it makes more sense. Still, it'd be pretty damn expensive, but it wouldn't be as bad. But instead they're waiting a whole month later to add these changes. I just feel like it's a little too late for a lot of people. And again, this is just a thing that I feel like they do a lot of times where they're really out of sync with their content. Like, you'll do these changes, but why couldn't you add this with the September update? It would have worked so much better together with that. So a little disappointed in that. Overall, I am happy that they're adding some crafting changes and making it cheaper. Now we get to the part where, again, I'm not really a fan of. So this video is very, positive and negative, but there's some good things and bad things, as I stated before. So if you crafted the Empyrean Spirit stones and the transformation stones from October 16th to now, you're actually going to get the difference in materials from these new changes refunded back to you. So you're going to be getting a bunch of materials back if you crafted these items from last month. So this is going to be great for the people that crafted them, which I'm definitely a fan of. I'm not mad about that, but one thing I will have to say is I'm not a fan that they're not going to be giving this for players who actually bought these items from the marketplace. So if you bought the transformation stones for 20 gold a piece from the marketplace, you're basically out of luck. Or if you upgrade a weapon from GC7 to GC9 before the update and use those, I believe it's like 75 transformation stones per stage of the weapon upgrade, you're just out of luck. So this is great for the crafters, but I know a lot of people who just buy them off the marketplace and they're really getting nothing back from it, but they spent all that gold on them because they're so inflated because they made them so needed for the weapons and they didn't have these crafting changes. And the funny part is that they actually just added these changes with the September update. They wouldn't have to spend all this time refunding the players or worrying about it at all. It's just like, I don't really get it. If you had any common sense or played the game, you would know, okay, if you're making these weapons need a ton of transformation stones when before they didn't need 100 plus of them for the stages, you would think, okay, maybe we should reduce the cost they need to craft them. That just kind of makes common sense. You would think that NCSoft would realize that, not have to take a whole month to be like, oh snap, maybe we should have reduced the cost to craft these items because you need so many now. They could have done this way quicker and it would have been a better result from the community. Everyone would have been a little bit happier. It still probably would have been more expensive and not been a weapon cost reduction for everyone, but it wouldn't have hurt so bad because it really hurt a lot of players in terms of gold. Now, the last thing to talk about is the Talisman. So they're going to be adding a new tier called Morning Star. And you'll see right here, they said they're going to be doing some upgrade cost adjustments. So I really believe they're no longer going to say cost reduction anymore because of how many people get mad at them when they screw it up, like the weapon cost reductions, which weren't reductions. I think for now on, they're just going to say adjustment because then you can't be mad at them because they'll be like, hey man, it wasn't meant to be cheaper. It just was an adjustment, man. So I don't really think they're going to say reduction anymore in the future. I think they've learned their lesson from screwing it up so much. So I don't think they'll use that word anymore. Just, I'm predicting the future right here. But yeah, it's an upgrade cost adjustment. But I think if it was a couple months ago, they would have said upgrade cost reduction. But anyways, let's look at the Google Sheet and see what's going on here. So we got some Talisman cost adjustments, and you'll see right here they reduce the cost of some of the crystals, which is a good change. So then you get to the facepalm moment where you see that they actually added transformation stones that you need for basically all the stages now. So you'll see right here, before the update you needed 0 from Talisman stage 5 to Awaken stage 1, you needed 0. Now you need 30. you needed 0, now you need 30, and then even up to here, you needed 0 before the update, now you need 50. So you'll see they actually made a bunch of transformation stones that you'll need to upgrade the talisman now. So if you were happy at first reading that the transformation stone will be cheaper to craft, and you're probably thinking, okay, maybe the marketplace value will go down, so it won't be freaking 21 gold to buy a freaking transformation stone. Well, you're completely wrong, because they added it to the equipment item, and now you need hundreds of them to upgrade the talisman. So they're definitely not going down in market price anytime soon. And so last month you made them needed for the weapon an insane amount. This month you're adding hundreds of them to the talisman. What's next? In December we're gonna need a ton of them for the freaking soul and heart? Like, I don't understand really what they're thinking. Like, this is great they added the crafting changes and made it cheaper to craft the freaking transformation stones, but then you're adding hundreds you need for the talisman now. It just makes it more expensive. It doesn't do anything. It just doesn't make sense to me. And yes, they made it cheaper. You don't need as many pet pats now. So this is great. I do like that, because pet pats are very damn expensive. Pet pods are like almost 200 gold, which is really ridiculous. But this still doesn't change the fact that the transformation stone is going to go up in price, or at least stay the same and be insanely expensive. And you need it for your weapon, which is the most important upgrade in the game. You need 400 plus for GC3 to GC9. So this is not a good change at all. I don't really know why they added the transformation stones. You could have added any other material. Why did you add hundreds of transformation stones after you already did for the weapon last month? So yeah, that's just really my thoughts. I mean, I just don't really get it. You could have reduced the pet pats. That was a great change. I liked that. But you didn't have to add transformation stones. There's no need to do that. It's just a really bad change, because it's just going to continue to be really expensive, and everyone needs to upgrade their weapon, and you need so many transformation stones. It's going to be a big hurdle for new players. It's just not a good idea. Why would you add them? If anything, you should reduce them out of the weapons, because that was not a good idea in the first place. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Some good changes and some not so good changes, in my opinion. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like on it, sub to the channel. I'll be out with more content very soon. Appreciate you guys a lot. We'll keep going with this NCSoft screw-ups. They just keep doing some weird stuff. They do some good stuff. They do like 1 step forward and then 3 steps back. That's just kind of what they've been doing. But yeah, I'll keep covering it, because at least it's pretty entertaining, right? See you guys in the next one real soon, and I'm out.